is going to present these two very interesting topics to the audience. And I believe you guys will have great time over next 2 hours. And Deepak is Microsoft MVP in Azure, Microsoft Azure in Canada, and also he is an MVP in C Sharp Corner. So he's writing lots of articles and very busy man, attending all those sessions and conferences. We're really thankful to have him today in our webinar, and we are also fortunate to learn lots of things from Deepak because he is 10 to 15 years experienced IT professional. He has worked in all over the world, like in US, lots of like big companies in US, Canada. So it's really fun to like know like the experience of this kind of person who has that much experience, who has uh, overcome all those like obstacles in his career, and now is successful MVP, and also works with Canadian government. So hello Deepak, it's your time to shine now. Please educate us with your knowledge, and we are really interested to learn about importance of time series insights. So yep.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Rahat, for your nice word. Hi, everyone. I'm Deepak, as Rahat told, and I'm Microsoft Azure MVP. Um, CSAP Corner chapter leader at Regina. Regina is capital of province of Saskatchewan. So, CSAP Corner MVP, also and Regina chapter lead, where we are we are hosting our events, tech events, very oftenly. So I blog at deepakkaushik.com. If you have any questions or you want to contact, or for example, you want to listen this recording again, so deepakkaushik.com, you could go to that website and have this recording. So I tweet at Think for Deepak. That is my Twitter handler. I'm most happy to contact and connect with you guys with any questions and any information you have. We have our YouTube channel, Deepak Kaushik, Microsoft MVP. So hold this recording, just FYI, this recording and these presentation would be available at our website, as well as Sub Corner. The video will be available and YouTube. Thanks a lot for joining today's session. I'm we I'm happy and we are fortunate to have Rahat. He is data scientist. He was working earlier with University of Saskatchewan and now he is AI head at Montreal, Canada. We both are based on Canada, so if you have any questions floating around that, or you could connect with Rahat or me any point of time. So today my session is where I would love to talk about is Azure Time Series Insight, and that's very close to my heart. There are a couple of reasons why uh, we are moving, or there is trend towards Azure AI, or you could say time series. But before that, I will touch base couple of questions and basic fundamental. Then we will do a demo, and I will take question and answer, and then we will summarize. So first of first and foremost thing which we always thought about, what the heck is IoT? My kid who is 10 years of old, he came to one day, Dad, what the heck is IoT? Why couple of guys, talking about IoT and looking over different things. So I I I talked to him. Okay, IoT is when one physical device talk to internet is called IoT. So, for example, your health band, which talk to internet and say, okay, your heartbeat is increased, or you have the sugar level increase, then probably that data will go to internet, and there will be some actionable insight, and probably you will get an email or SMS. Okay, now you have to take your sugar medicines or aspirin. So that's the thing is about IoT, where physical device talk about internet. So nowadays we are thinking IoT is new, but it's IoT was technically invented or put forward by Kevin in 1999. We could see it's a quite few years from now, but yeah, last decade, or if not decade, to be very precise, from last 5 years, AI and time series, they are playing a very good role in our day-to-day life. Just taking this example, look over this picture, and what do you think about that? Uh, for example, if any morning tomorrow you get up, you go to weighing machine, and it will say, "Okay, I will share the detail of your weight at internet. I will tweet about that, or I will email, or I will post it on Facebook. You are 100 pounds or you are 100K." So how that would work? So that's the IoT, because your physical device, for example, your weighing machine, know about you, A, so it could see. B, it have data, it has weight, and C, if it has connectivity, then it's a IoT device. Earlier, we were talking about a lot of power, supernatural power. I grew up with superheroes, Iron Man, etc. But nowadays, it's about IoT. So if you have knowledge of IoT, so probably you have no limit of sky. You will sign down the time. So this is kind of suggestion from my side. If you want to explore your expertise towards IoT, that is a good area where you could look over. So just take a real-time example. How now eventually I will be more detailed and with more example. I will share one case study, working case study, live case study, and one Canadian client case study where I propose a solution to them. So I will address that. Eventually, now I'm switching my gears towards more IoT time series. For example, in New York, if you had been at New York and you hire a cab, you have opportunity to go to this URL and look over time series data. If you look over time series data, you came to know at what time which taxi has started, which is the passenger, at which direction it went, how much it cost, and all that detail. So by owing to this, if you go to their website, you will came to know, okay, if you want to share a ride, you could do that because next taxi is coming. I want to show that my browser. So you have that opportunity. You will look over that detail. So if you look over my screen, yeah, so I could see. So this is the URL of New York website, New York taxi, where you have the historical data, and you could do actionable performance over that. So that is one kind of real-time scenario which has been already implemented in our day-to-day life. For example, let's what if we have data, how could we perform action? So on any data, we could figure out the anomalies, and on the basis of anomalies, we could perform certain action. So what is the anomaly? Anomaly is the problem of detecting anomalous pattern. For example, our heartbeat or sugar level, if that increase or decrease, that is one example. Let me give another example. Let me give some real-time example of one of the power client in Canada, and that is Trans Atlanta. If you look over my screen right now, this Trans Alta is the Canadian power client, they have implemented Azure Time Series with Azure Event Hub so that every time wherever there is break in any power grid or power fan, I will be not using more technical terms related to power client to make you understand, but I'm giving you the solution uh, of the of how IoT is implemented. So, for example, a fan is producing some uh, heat and some vibration, and if we record that data, we came to know, okay, this fan is not working, or this fan has some anomalies. If I'm saying anomalies, so probably after a couple of months, it's going to stop working. In that case, we have that actionable item where we could figure out, okay, this is the problem. This is going to be happen a problem, and we could take action. So it's definitely not a solution after a problem. It's kind of we are doing actions before a problem. So that's another example which I have given. If you want to have this detail, you could have this detail from uh, uh, stay tuned with our website. You have this detail over there, but I would love to share with you also this URL where you could find client example Canadian client example. I'm putting that on chat window. I would like to make it very interactive, and I would like you understand maximum, so you read about this and you will came to know how time series insight would be helpful for you guys. So we talk about trans Atlanta, and we have the anomalies where we could figure out, okay, these are the anomalies we can find out. Now, more zero down to Azure Time Series and look over what the Azure Time Series is, or Azure Time Series Insight is. Azure Time Series is manage analytics. If I'm saying analytics, you could also use Power BI, but you could also leverage yourself with its analytics visualization service that is simple to explore. For example, nowadays we have thousands and thousands and thousands of gadgets sending huge amount of data to the cloud every minute and second, and it's almost difficult for us or any person to analyze on that data. So the Azure Times series insight is solution of that problem, and we could do that. Now it's time for demo. As I promised, we will do couple of demos. It would not be one way. So before demo, just sharing again, this is the website where you will find the recording, and you will also find on CSAP Corner as well as YouTube channel. So let's go. It's time for demo, and I'm writing time series. So this is my Azure portal. I go to Azure portal and write time series. So it's give me option time series insight. I said, oh yeah, that's time series insight. I would want to do a demo. So I'm doing here demo webinar demo. I use my sponsorship subscription. I'm using existing resource group, but not Damien one. I would say demo, not demo for summit. Where which location I would like to use? It's always recommended to use the location nearest to your geographical location. You could look for price detail, how much it will cost. By default, I'm using a standard one, which cost me $182 per month. How much capacity we want? So it's you could see it by default in Canadian dollars. The value is changing, but I'm using minimum 1 million events per day. For me, that's the event I'm looking for. As soon as I create it, it will start building and my deploying my event. Um, and But before that, I have another my demo, uh, another time series demo over here, where uh, I have already did that so that we could save our time. And after deployment, it would come like this. And this beautiful screen of time series insight will come up. If we look over gracefully, it's what interval time we are looking for, which event we want to address. We could give the more details if you want to give some, okay, less than 500 degrees centigrade, something like that for heat, etc. So after that, once you will have this demo ready, your platform ready, you will click and you could analyze your screen. Okay, these are the events. Which are the events I would like to look over? And after that, you could analyze. You could do heat map, which is my personally favorite heat map over here, and you could look over the details in table. So after you have all these events and charts ready, you could perform your analytical parts uh, or share this data to business. Hey, this is what we are facing problem, or this grid is going to be break, and that would be another solution. I would not like to share the detail of client here, but I would like to share a screen how this is implemented. This solution has been suggested to a client in Canada. One of our client is facing problem where their power fans are most oftenly stop working, and that cost them thousands or billions of dollars. In addition to that, they have to pay some penalty and they have to buy some energy from different source. So in that case, I said, okay, save your vibrational data from sensor to Azure IoT Hub. One of the cases for IoT Hub is to gather telemetry from the device. So if you look on next screen, you will find uh, what the IoT Hub do. IoT Hub is the hub where we have million of connected device. We can do device to cloud messaging and cloud to device messaging. For that client, my solution was, okay, from this fan, just connect with IoT Hub, and IoT Hub will pass the data to the cloud, and we on portal we could analyze that. So we could simulate wind turbine which emits the data. We can provision some device. If there is any telemetry is the problem. Event processor receive telemetry, then we forward that detail for benefit. So we get nearly real-time insight. We start in seconds and global view of IoT. So that's the benefit. And as we talk about, this solution has been implemented by couple of clients. Couple of clients. If you look over IoT Stream Analytics, if the URL which I have shared just now, couple of clients, couple of cities, smart cities like Barcelona, they had implemented the time series inside for their traffic system. For example, if I'm at Barcelona and I miss one bus, it's not I'm looking over some static information. At real time, I look over where is the bus, how much time it will take, And in that time, can I grab a coffee? If bus is coming after 30 minutes, I could go and grab a coffee in that, or make a call or send some emails, that kind of details. So with that, I would like to say thanks, you guys, for joining today this session. Now it's over to Rahat, who will talk about cognitive services. And as I promised, you will find these detail and case studies at different channels, which is my website, my blog, YouTube, etc. So thank you. Over to you, Rahat.
Thank you, Deepak, for your nice and very informative session. I had I know about IoT, but I had like very little knowledge regarding IoT time series. So thank you for the demo. I will really try it. So next time.
Thank
So
you.
yep, and welcome to my session on give your app the ability to think using cognitive services. So today, and if I give my own intro, so I'm Rahat Yasir, Microsoft MVP, and also I'm leading the AI and deep learning team at of Immersive Design Studios in Montreal. So today we will talk about how can we give our app the ability to feel, to respond according to natural actions, and also what are available like APIs or resources available provided by Microsoft cognitive services. And at the end, we will talk a bit about WinML, Windows Machine Learning, that Microsoft has recently announced 2 weeks ago at the Game Developers Conference (GDC) in San Francisco. So yeah, let's start our session then. So cognitive services. What is cognitive services? Cognitive services is a collection of powerful AI algorithms developed by experts to allow systems to see, hear, speak, understand, and interpret our needs using natural methods of communication. So it is kind of like giving the human side to an app. APIs work cross-platform to provide intelligent data, and the APIs are also constantly improving by itself. Like it's learning and getting smarter. So experiences are always up to date with the cognitive services. You just need to simply drop the API call into your bot's code or your application or web application or website, and you're all set to use the all those like cognitive service benefits. And even you can access the APIs from any kind of app. Like it is supporting cross-platform. So what kind of APIs they are providing? So they have divided the whole cognitive service APIs into 5 different options or features. One is vision, which will give you from faces to feelings, allow you your apps to understand images and videos. Speech, which will hear and speak to your users by filtering noise, identifying speakers, and understanding intent. Language, which will process text and learn how to recognize what users want. Knowledge, tap into rich knowledge amassed from the web, academia, or your own data. And search, which is access billions of web pages, images, videos, and news with the power of being APIs. So you will be able to use these 5 very powerful options like features on your app or web application. They're built on any platform: vision, speech, language, knowledge, search. So we will go through more like in future, like what kind of app we can design, or what are the facilities or like options we can get from those benefits we can get from those APIs. So let's see more about these APIs. So this is Cortana Intelligence Suite. So there are 4 different pillars of Cortana Intelligence Suites, and all the cognitive services is in the intelligent pillar of the Cortana Intelligence Suites. So all those four pillars are information management, big data stores, machine learning and analytics, intelligence. So Under information management, we have Event Hub, Data Catalog, Data Factory. Those falls under Azure category as well. Then big data storage, we have SQL data warehouse, data lake store, blob store, and then we have Azure machine learning and analytics, which is giving us Azure machine learning studio, data lake analytics, HD Insight as Hadoop and Spark, and Stream Analytics. And the last one, based on the data we are getting with the intelligence we are having using Azure machine learning and Azure storage, we are using intelligence. So what kind of intelligence? Those intelligence are provided by cognitive services, bot framework, Cortana. So cognitive services, bot framework, Cortana will learn from all those data, will analyze using all those like machine learning studio based tools and systems, and then you will be able to use those analytics intelligence in your apps and deploy it on web, mobile, and bot applications. And also you can use Power BI in the overall system to visualize all those like analytical abilities or results based on the those analyses. So these are the cognitive services. If you want to know more about cognitive services, is you will have to go microsoft.com/cognitive. So under Vision APIs, as I have already said, there are like 5 different pillars or features: vision, speech, language, knowledge, and search. Under vision, we have all those like cool features of computer vision, emotion recognition, face, video. So it is very easy to use. You won't have to write your own neural network or deep learning or any kind of machine learning application. You will just create your account in microsoft.com/cognitive. You will get the API, you will get the token, and then you will create the API over there. And then once you get the API, you will get the API like URL and all the other information. You will just incorporate your all those information, the API call in your existing application. Suppose you wanna do some like emotion recognition on your mobile app or something like this. So what you will do, you will just take the photo, send it to that to cognitive service. Cognitive service will analyze the photo and response will give you a response like the emotion, like is the person smiling, is the person sad, so something like that. So we will test it soon in after a few slides. So under speech, we have custom recognition, speaker recognition, speech, and translator. So you can design your application in English, then you can add the ability to convert the whole app from English to Spanish, or French using cognitive service. You can have language like spell check. If there are some in your application, there are some ways where user will interact with the system. They will write something, and over there you can incorporate Bing spell check, where users will be able to check those the spellings that they're writing in real time. And there are like text analytics, web ML, language understanding under language. And under knowledge, there is academic knowledge, entity linking, knowledge exploration, recommendation. And for search, we have Bing web search, image search, video search, news search, and auto search. Suppose auto suggest. Suppose you have designed an application where, based on user input, it will search all the news from the online. It will crawl through the online and find out all the news. Suppose who is the winner of Stanley Cup. Like your user may like write that one in your cognitive service will take application, and the whole statement will break its tokens, and based on those tokens it will search it on Bing search and find out all the news based on who is the owner of Stanley Cup, and will give you a list of results that you can find as well if you do search on Bing. So you are getting the power of Bing search in your custom mobile or web application using cognitive service. So to access all the APIs, you have to go obtain API subscription key from Microsoft.com/cognitive and call REST endpoint and pass API. So it's very easy to use. You won't have to write too many codes. It's already implemented over there. You'll just use the facilities. So the question is, why cognitive services? So there are three reasons. One, easy. Second, flexible. Three, tested. Easy, like why it's easy? Like you will just roll your own REST APIs, and you will just simply add the API, REST API to your system. That's it, and your system will do API calls, get all the results that you need. It is flexible because it is supporting all the cross platforms right now, like iOS, Android, Windows. It is supporting web applications, web platforms as well, and you can use it it is, as I have already said, it you can also call those APIs from your Python, Node, or any other or using JavaScript based application as well. It is tested because it is built by experts. Microsoft is always updating it. Like the more people are using it, the more it is getting trained. So it's and it is also there is a quality documentation, sample code, community support, everything is provided, so you won't have to think about the maintenance side of the system. It is already maintained by Microsoft. You will just use it and give the ability to think to your application. So what are the characteristics of an intelligent app? If we think like that, then there are two ways to think. One is how the user see it, and the other way is what it means for you as a developer. So the first one is personalized, friendly, approachable, natural. So when users are thinking about those four features, then they are thinking like, for you as a developer, you will have to implement facial recognition, emotion detection, text and speech interactions, and obviously 360 awareness of the users. So based on the user's thinking, you are giving those supports to as a developer. If users want predictive, current, and familiar features, then what you need to do as a developer, you need to bring changes in real time based on user action and new external data, and also predictive models based on user context to anticipate actions. If user is thinking about the system should be always available, always contextual, then as a developer, you will have to make the system robust with robust information management. You will bring experiences delivered across all form factors and a wide variety of interaction models like touch, speech, text, and you will distribute support in massive scale, and you will bring elasticity as well to the user and to the or to the users of this application. So this is what the user need, and the developers from developer side what you need to provide. So all those things are provided by Cognitive Service. So these are some of the applications which are powered by Microsoft Cognitive Services, like CaptionBot.ai, Celebrities Like Me, Project Murphy, How Old, and Twins or Not. So we will try one or two of them and see how cool they are. So this is my site. We will try this one first, CaptionBot. This is designed by Cognitive Service using services. So let's take a photo. Don't use this one. We want to take another one. Let's upload a photo. Whose photo? Let's upload a photo of Deepak. So what is this? The photo, I have just uploaded the photo. That's it. The system is sending the photo to Cognitive Services, and this is the kind of result we're getting. I think it's a smiling. It's a man sitting in a car, posing for the camera, and he seems happy. So that's it. If we try one more time, let's see what happened. If I try with my photo with a dog, then see what happened. I think it's a man and a dog looking at the camera, and he seems happy. Yeah, this is what is Cognitive Service doing. It is giving the feel. And also, if you check one more app, this is howl.net. All those applications are maintained, developed, and by Microsoft. So we won't have to do anything. So let's take a photo of Deepak again.
This is
So how
very
old is he?
interesting.
That's a secret, I guess, that we are gonna reveal.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
let's look over.
it is.
Yeah,
It is saying you're 40 years old.
don't tell
No,
me.
no. If I take one of my photo, let's see what it has to say.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's told me photo. Oh my God.
Okay, this is my photo. Oh, I'm not 29. I'm way younger than that. Okay, so
Right.
these are like some cool applications developed by cognitive services. So we can add these kind of cool features in our application as in our applications as well. We will just call the cognitive service API. That's it. Send our photo. Cognitive service API will analyze it and give us the result. So what else we can do? The vision APIs, what are they do? Like analyze the photo. They can, after analyzing it, they can like get the human emotion. Either we are happy on that photo, or sad, or angry, we're smiling or not, or something else. There are on the vision APIs there are like OCR implemented, optical character recognition, where we will take a photo, and on that photo if there is something written, our system, the cognitive service, will analyze it and find it and will give on the JSON return response. We will get the text that is written on the photo, and we can also generate thumbnails. So for our if we design a web application using Node or something else, or Microsoft ASP.NET Core, so what and on that application we are using thumbnails of our big images on the dashboard or somewhere. So to generate thumbnails, we don't need to use a third party application, or we don't need to create our own application. So we will just send all those photos to cognitive service. Cognitive service will generate the thumbnail based on our recommended size, and we will just use those thumbnail photos in our dashboard or in our web application. So an analyzing image service understand the content and feature within an image, as I have already said, and they're really intelligent. And those services, like cognitive services, are built using deep neural network, like which is world's most advanced algorithm. So we are doing amazing stuff using convolutional neural network and deep neural network. So all those services are built by deep neural network, and we all know to design a deep neural network we need huge data. Huge data means hundreds of terabytes of data, and also we need huge GPU computing, like all those like suppose you may need one DGX2, which is announced by Nvidia last week at the GTC, and each of those DGX2 has 16 Tesla GPUs, and they can do unlimited amount of processing in very small amount of time. So using 16 GPUs, you can actually train a whole data center, like train your network with with the amount of data of a whole data center in few days. So which is amazing actually, and it's not cheap. It's very expensive. Like one DGX2 is $400,000, so it's really expensive. So OCR services, as I have already said, let's show a simple photo of OCR service. So this is the kind of OCR service that we use in our cognitive service toolkit or cognitive service. So it's a photo on the left. You can see it's a photo with some text. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. So you will send this photo to cognitive service. Cognitive service will take it, will find it, use its OCR service, optical character recognition service, and will return the JSON like this. So all those like simple numbers, like and the text, like you can see on the right, the text is detected that there are like 4 lines. Life is like, and then riding a bicycle, and then to keep your balance, and you must keep moving. So this is really cool actually. Um, let's see next. There are face APIs, as I have already said. Face APIs can detect the face, can verify the face, can do grouping, can do identification. So lots of things like that. And on that face API, like as I have already showed the demo of Deepak's photo, when we upload the photo, you have seen that it has detected the face, and then it's telling you the age of the person and things. So what if we upload a photo of an abstract? What will happen? So let's upload the photos of this abstract. This is Moraine Lake in Alberta. This is the one of the most beautiful place in the world, I believe. So yeah, I have uploaded the photo and this is the result. Could not detect any face. So there, because there is no face here. Um, so it is first detecting the face, detecting that, going through the content. After detecting it, it is doing verification, and after verification, it is doing grouping, doing identification, and doing all the other analysis. So it's really cool. This is face API. And what else? So those face API at first take the photo. It will apply all the detection. After doing the detection, like facial detection, it will draw a bounding box, a rectangle bounding box with all the landmarks of that human, and then we'll find out the attributes. Like this is a result of a simple facial search of face API. You can see it is giving you the face rectangle. It is telling you the attribute, like maybe the age of the person is 31, the gender of the person is male. It is also giving you the face landmarks, like X and Y's, all those like values of your eyes, nose, mouth, all those things. So you can also build your custom application based on those all those like face landmarks to find out like, okay, is this guy wearing a goggle or a glass or not? If he is wearing a glass, you can convert this glass into a goggle or something like that, like something like cool. So yeah, and you can also give two faces and determine whether they belong to the same person or not. Sometime two-person may look same to you, but like machine will find out the exact differences. Like it will find out the distances between his like the eyes, nose, mouth of these two person, and will tell you like, no, it is not identical, it is false, and the confidence level of being false is really high, or being true is really low. So you can use this kind of facilities as well in your application, and you can verify similar looking faces to create face query. Your API will return collection of similar looking faces if you want. You can also check likelihood between two faces belong to the same person or not, and based on the confidence score, you can take lots of decisions. So yeah, let's see what next. So grouping. Sometime in our web application or mobile application, suppose we can create an application like Instagram where we are taking photos of lots of people, or even in your iPhone app, like iPhone, you can see like it is automatically grouping all the photos based on human face. So which is really cool actually. So you can create a photo application where you can use cognitive services to group all the photos, all the data that you have based on the age. So if the age of one photo, like of the person who belongs to that photo, like is more than 50, you can put them in a group. You if it is a photo of a kid, then you can put it in a separate group. If it is a male or a female, you can put it in different like two different groups. So you can make a cluster of groups by detecting people at their age, their gender, and even you can do also like face recognition. And based on those faces, like after identifying those people, you can also do grouping and other analysis based on your need. And if we look at another demo, so this is like how are you? So that's another application hosted using cognitive service and on Azure website. So if you take a photo, If you take the same photo of Deepak, then upload it and see, it's kind of like the same thing that we have seen with caption.bot.
I'm happy.
So it is saying we found one face and we sorted them by happiness, and the average happiness is 83%. So he's really happy on this photo. So you can design these kind of things actually. Though that 83% is a score, is the confidence score, where you will get a number by 0.80, 0.83. So something like that. If I use my own photo with the dog, then see what happened. Maybe it's a big photo. Oh, we found one face and we sorted them happiness. Their average happiness is 97%. Yes, I'm always happy with dogs when I'm around dogs. So that's why I'm 97% happy. But the interesting thing is, it has successfully detected the dog. Sorry, not the human, me, not the dog. So, which is really fun. He knows what a human looks like, and based on the human, my photo, it has designed this. It drew this bounding box, and after drawing the bounding box, it is analyzing the bounding box, and based on the all the contents like my jaw shape, my face, my mouth, my eyes, it is telling me whether I'm 97% happy or sad or whatever. So if I upload a photo of an abstract, then what will happen? Let's try it. If I upload a photo of a session, like of a this one, like where I was taking a session a few years back. So yeah, no, there was an error. There should not be any error. Let's upload this again. Working on it. Okay, give me result. Maybe there was an error uploading file. Maybe they didn't apply any error handling. So this is the kind of thing. If we try one more time with another photo, there should not be error. This one, let's see what happened. If we get the same message, then okay, there was error uploading files. So if there is nothing, no human, then it will give you like there is an error uploading dog. So yeah, you can also, those are the experiments of photos. You can also use your speech APIs powered by Bing to do voice recognition, speech to text, you to do voice output like text to speech. So you can convert to and from like for natural responses, and these APIs works just like those speech to text or text to speech APIs are similar to Siri or Cortana or Alexa. So you can build something like that, like if you want. And for voice recognition, we convert spoken audio to text, same backend which powers by Cortana, and support for 7 languages at right now, which is English, French, US, like US based English, I guess, and lots of others. So the API can recognize your audio either in real time or form of a file, which is like in 10, like not 7, actually, the new like API actually supports 10 different languages as far as I remember. And those languages are Chinese, French, Brazilian, Portuguese, French, English, obviously. And when you use this API demo, like to consent to provide your voice input data to Microsoft for service improvement purpose as well. So the more voice recognition or those APIs you will use, the better the result you will get. So because it is continuously uploading, like updating itself. And there is another thing like under that falls under cognitive service, which is language understanding intelligence service, which is LUIS. Uh, LUIS can determine your intent, detect your entities, and improve your models. So it's a Microsoft language understanding service, and it is used to generate the intent. And MS Microsoft was working on this platform, on this service, LUIS, for 4 years. to convert natural language process like very more intelligent, smooth, and intuitive for bots or AI based applications. So this is a simple, like if we go to like this website, which is https slash louis.ai/home. It is maintained by Microsoft. You will find all those like language capabilities provided by Louis. So if the users say book me a flight at Cairo, there is a like example. You can see that Louis will take the like the whole sentence. It will like the audio. It will convert that audio like speech to text, and based on the text, it will analyze it. So this is the query. You can see it has converted from text to speech. Sorry, speech to text, which is book me a flight to Cairo. So it is finally giving you the intent, which is book flight, and the score is the confidence level, which is 98%. It's confident. Other intents are, it's a kind of like location finder, which is, and also with a very small confidence score. It is also giving you other intents, like it may be the sentence may belongs to a reminder kind of intent or food order, but those scores, confidence scores are really low. So you can see based on the confidence score, you can easily get the intent, and you can make your application intelligent enough to work according to like to do some action according to those numbers. So, and also the other entities that we can get, that it's a Cairo, book me a flight to Cairo. So it's a location. So this is also identifying by itself automatically and giving you, okay, the entity type is Cairo, and it's a location, and the score of this of finding, like telling it it's a location, that 95%. So it's really confident. So let's see more what it has to offer. So language understanding service lets you understand service or Louis is what your users are saying. It is seamless. It is working as a seamless integration with speech recognition, and a few examples are enough to deploy an application. Kind of like before the deployment, you will give some learning to the system, and it is already working on a pre-built network. So you won't have to provide too many examples. Just a few is enough to deploy the system. So this is a simple application. We all know about WeChat. So this is a bot developed on WeChat actually. So uh, it's really fun. We can also like add this kind of facilities with our systems or uh, with our applications. And recently, Microsoft has launched Windows Machine Learning. So Machine Learning is introduced by Microsoft last like in at the game developers event that happened in San Jose just 2 weeks ago. And Windows Machine Learning (ML) evaluates trained machine learning models locally on Windows 10 devices, allowing developers to use pre-trained models within their applications. And the platform provider provides hardware accelerated performance by leveraging the device's CPU or GPU to compute evaluations for both classical machine learning algorithms and deep learning. So what you can do, suppose you can design a deep learning model on like hundreds of terabytes of data. You will have to test it somewhere. You will have to integrate the model for inferencing or testing with an app with an application. Suppose it could be your mobile app or something else, or a web app. So or or your universal Windows platform app, UWP app. So with this new announcement of Microsoft, which is WinML, Windows Machine Learning, what you will do, you can use your existing pre-trained model and incorporate this one with your Windows 10 application and easily test your application, do inferencing of new events using that pre-trained deep learning model and Win machine learning. So this is really cool actually, and it's a step to bring the power of deep learning and machine learning in universal Windows platform. So, and also you won't have to think about it is really optimized, and you won't have to think about too much regarding the runtime and things, because it is a pre-trained model for is for a single pass of a for inferencing or testing. It should give you result within a second. Even if you give a big image of 1020 by 1020, you should get the result of those like facial recognition, age detection, or something like that of your own deep learning model using WinML in less than a second. If we see more resources, so that like whoever is attending this session, so that you guys can work on them. So I would prefer these three resources, which are cortanaintelligence.com, gallery.cortanaintelligence.com, and microsoft.com/cognitive. And also you can search about Louis API and all those like cool applications, which is like CaptionBot, Murphy, how old you are. You can also use them and see what kind of applications you can design, what kind of like cool application you can design along using the power of cognitive service. So that's it. That was a small session on cognitive service and how can you give the the kind of like the feel, the human side to your application using these facilities provided by Microsoft Cognitive Service and Cortana Intelligence Suite easily without thinking about the infrastructure, the model, and designing something from the scratch. So that's it. That's all about my today's session.